Hey, welcome to On the Chain. This is Jeff. You're here on the HODL review. Today, we are going to get into and talk just a little bit about Ripple, XRP, Ethereum, Flare, big money inbound into the crypto space, and it is indeed game changing. If we look at some of the projects out there like Celsius, what kind of numbers are they putting up? What's going on with the SEC Ripple case? What's going on with Bitstamp, one of the first crypto exchanges in the space, getting ready to really expand itself? And then Coinbase doing a $1.25 billion raise. What is up with all of that? If you guys are ready, I'm ready. So let's go.
And now, the HODL review with Jeff on the Chain.
All right, so the first area that I want to really get into is central bank digital currencies, bad for the U.S. Now, we covered this a little bit in our live stream. However, this is really critical. It's key because one of the areas here is that the world is feeling in this, they kind of have this motivation that they need to catch up with China. China's got their digital currency out first. Everybody wants to catch up, but the head of global policy for Circle is pointing out that if we keep trying to play catch up with China, then we're also then downplaying the promise of open financial technology. Now, what is it about digital asset, cryptocurrency, that is centralized? Now, if we're so focused in on digital asset and cryptocurrency and all the excitement there and what it brings, why would we be so quick to want to follow in China's footsteps and say, hey, China, we think you're doing it the right way. And we too want to have a very dominant centralized digital currency that's baked in with social scoring and everything else. Probably a mistake, probably not the right thing to be doing, which is one of the key reasons for this article, one of the key reasons why the head of global policy for Circle had put out that statement. Now, obviously, can we sit there and try to play catch up? Yeah, we can do it all day long and try to play catch up with China. But look at this. In trying to out-China China on important issues, we miss that the future of money and payments should be about enhancing domestic financial optionality, which is so critical. So if you have it very centralized and dictated, then what's going on with the true future of money? Is it now becoming democratized? Is it decentralized? Are you able to then put money into the hands of others, not through government program handout, but via an opportunity for true open market development and expansion, giving people basically all over the world this opportunity to do something amazing with digital currency? Now here it says upgrading payment and banking systems. Yes, it needs to be upgraded, changed, better, quicker, more seamless. And if it's centralized, does that really adhere? Is there motivation? Is there incentive to make it better? Enhancing interoperability and open banking standards. Banking standards requires a major upgrade in the technology stack that supports value transfer, more open financial services innovation. Spot on. I mean, that's 100%. Perfect. Love that statement. This is actually just an outstanding article that's really highlighting, this point of why do we need to chase China around that's creating a centralized digital currency? Is a centralized digital dollar going to actually help us in the long run when it comes to expanding on private digital blockchains and cryptocurrency? Doesn't make sense. Check out XRP at $1.55 right now as we speak. Ethereum down to $32.73. Stellar at 62 cents. And Cardano dipping below the $2 mark at this point. So here's an interesting one. Now, Ernst & Young putting $100 million into targeting enterprise DeFi. This is massive. This is really major. These are game-changing events that are happening right now in decentralized finance, in blockchain, in crypto. So all the naysayers out there that think it's going away, no, it can't be further from the truth. You have Major financial institutions, major players in the marketplace, governments all over the world that are looking into this. And here, Ernst & Young now getting ready. So it says here, Ernst & Young revealed its second generation of smart contract and token review tools through its EY blockchain analyzer product suite. So this is massive, right? So now they're issuing a smart contract and token review tool because they understand that smart contracts are really the way of the future. This is going to keep growing and expanding. There's so much that needs to happen. It says here it offers a blend of compliance testing with traditional code review, and it supports customized smart contract tests and simulation of mainnet transactions. So can you imagine when here you have an Ethereum-based solution, then you have a Flare-based solution? What does it mean when you have all these different concepts of blockchain, of smart contracts popping up? Then you have protocol solution to help reduce the gas costs, the gas fees of utilizing Ethereum. So you have a lot of innovative technology that's popping up all over the place that are going to be beneficial to the entire ecosystem. Now, when you have Ethereum and Flare working in tandem, imagine what can happen. Imagine the potential. Imagine, where the future is actually going with this. Now, groups like Ernst & Young, they get it. They get what's happening. Now, then you take a little sidestep and we look and say, okay, what's going on with Celsius? Another one. Celsius, 200% company growth from January to April of 2021. 200%. So right now they're doing $1 million a day in yield that's earned by Celsius customers. $1 million a day. That's massive amounts of interest paid out by Celsius customers. And really, their business model is giving back to those who are trying to save and benefit. And there's plenty of profit to go around because Celsius is also building and making profit, obviously growing significantly. Now look at this. By April 30th, Celsius assets under management grew by more than 17 billion, including over 100,000 Bitcoin, 1.3 million Ethereum. It says here Celsius supports 45 tokens and coins, and some are actually paying out 17% in annual yield. If you look at Matic, Polygon, 13.99% paid out on Celsius. Now, for those outside the US, you can actually choose to get your weekly rewards in their Cell token, and you get additional yield, the highest possible yield anywhere if you're able to get paid out in Cell. Now, that's 62% of their users. Anybody in the US cannot be paid out at this point in Cell, but I believe when we had Alex Mashinsky on our live stream, I believe he did reference the fact that soon, at some point in the future, Cell will be available to those in the US, but not yet. So tons of happening over there. Now we're talking about big corporations, lots moving, a lot of things happening. Regardless of all these positives, then here you have the SEC filed suit against Ripple. Always different news popping up, something coming out on that. But here it says Ripple seeks to protect legal advice on XRP from disclosure. So the SEC was overstepping their bounds, trying to get specific legal documentation of legal advice from 2012, 2013 time period that Ripple had received from their attorneys. And so this is, you're talking about 7-8 years old. But either way, so Ripple doing all of their due diligence to make sure that what they do is on the up and up. And as we've talked about on the live stream, the SEC seems to continuously trip over themselves while at the same time upsetting the very judges that are trying the case. So now let's go over to this one. This is Bitstamp. Now, if you guys have been around in the industry for a long time, you've been investing in the crypto space for a long time, you may remember Bitstamp. I remember buying XRP for the first time, and I could only do it on Bitstamp. So Bitstamp was the first exchange that I went and bought XRP, and you had to buy Bitcoin and then transferred over. And I think I might have bought Bitcoin on Coinbase and then I moved it. It was a whole process, a lot going on. But here you have that Bitstamp is announcing a U.S. expansion after it increased its customers by 570%. Why? Because the U.S. is a massive market that is still relatively untapped. I mean, you're talking about small percentages of people in the U.S. that are invested in digital assets, and yet Coinbase is successful, Uphold is successful, Binance US is successful, Gemini is successful, Kraken is successful, and soon Bitstamp, as it comes back into the US market, will also be successful. Then the final, kind of the icing on top here, Coinbase, which we just referenced, to raise $1.25 billion via debt securities for institutional investors. So Coinbase is expanding their dominance and their presence by attracting more and more institutional investors and finding mechanisms to bring more institutional investment into the space and more identification of the crypto assets to the traditional financial markets. This is massive. This is amazing. Always, lots and lots of great things that are actually happening over here, that are happening in the crypto space. And we talk about them right here on the chain. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. And after you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the bell notifier. That way you get notified every time we drop a live video. And if you go over to our live streams, we do stream 6 days a week, Sunday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm glad you checked out this video. Glad you were here with us, and we will check you out on the next one. See you then. I am out of here. Beep.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.